Welcome, everybody, to this episode of Third Life Crisis. I'm your host this time, Spencer.
Whoa! We got a new host.
Two different hosts in...
I got fired already.
I know.
You did a great job.
Oh, thank you.
You were a little too mean to Nate, though.
Or not
he had
mean
some
enough.
complaints.
Which one is it?
Yeah. Who knows? But thanks for checking out this special episode of the Duskbloods Network Test and Preview.
Very special episode.
Colin and Nate played it last night, so they're going to be taking over this episode on their experience.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess we could just get right into it.
Yeah.
So, Colin, do you want to introduce the game for us?
Yeah. I'm really excited to talk about this. So this is the game is the Duskbloods. It is from Software. It is their new game exclusively for the Nintendo Switch 2.
And really quick, from Soft, Elden Ring,
Yes.
Souls.
Yes. And so it being exclusively for the Nintendo Switch 2, it's also like people have been really interested about that. How will it run? How it looks?
From Soft is not necessarily known for performance.
Do you want me to introduce it or no?
Hey guys.
I'm kidding.
Hey guys.
It's just it's just the way you're saying it. I'm like, oh, I feel like
You're
Sorry,
No,
I
it's
just
okay.
wanted to because you brought up.
yeah.
Nintendo
No, you're
Switch.
totally right. Yeah.
One of the reasons people are concerned, not only because it's the Switch, but Switch 2,
Yeah.
but because it is from Soft, and they are like Bloodborne runs at 30 frames a second. And it's
Yeah.
like, why can't you make it run at 60?
Yeah.
So, anyways,
I had no idea that was an issue.
Yeah.
Like Elden
Nate-
Ring, you would...
Nate talked to us about it like a week ago because he was trying to play Bloodborne.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You knew that was an issue.
I know, but
Yeah.
I thought... Doesn't seem like their games have
Yeah.
performance issues, but...
Yeah.
That one
So generally not necessarily, but like they're not necessarily the best at optimizing.
Yeah.
And that might just be because they load so much into their
Oh,
games.
yeah, sure.
But
Tenfold.
I don't know what the exact deal is. But yeah.
Okay.
Nintendo not known for like good online play, and FromSoft not known for good optimization or online play necessarily.
Okay.
so an interesting mix.
Yeah, definitely an interesting mix.
Could be the perfect storm.
It
for
could
a
be.
fl-
Yeah. Well, I mean, so
Well,
the
that-
first
people legitimately are concerned.
Okay.
Yeah. And so people were also concerned because they have it scheduled in like these 4-hour blocks. And the first network test they had to cancel because it was early yesterday morning and nobody was
Oh.
able to get on and they just canceled
So
it.
like
Yeah.
legitimately people couldn't log in.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to get into the game to actually test it and nobody could.
Oh,
and
no.
so FromSoft was just like, hey, you know what? Sorry, we're going to cancel this one.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even clear because they were going off of Japan time.
Yeah.
It wasn't even clear if when they said the test today is canceled just because of time zones, it wasn't even clear if the one last night was going to happen.
Yeah, there was.
Wow.
Yeah, and especially because they said in the coming days we'll give you an update, and I'm like, you do realize you have tests this whole weekend, right? Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean in the coming days?
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's very
Yeah.
unclear.
So yeah, newest
Yeah.
newest game from Soft. It is a PvPvE. So
Okay.
there are PvP elements, and then there are enemies around the world. So think like Night Rain with some PvE.
Okay.
Other
or
squads.
PvP
Other squads
elements.
on the
yeah,
level.
other
Kind of like...
yeah. Well,
and
other
we'll get into it, but
squads.
like Arc Raiders.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yes. So yeah, a little bit of all of that. It is kind of like vampire.
Blood
yeah.
sucking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And like Red Moon and
Uh-huh.
very, what's the word I'm thinking of?
Dark fantasy?
Gothic.
Gothic.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Which I mean, all their stuff is pretty dark fantasy, but yeah. So they had this network test. It was a closed network test. We had to sign up. So Nate and I, like at 8:00 in the morning or whatever, when the signups were, we hopped on and we signed up, and then they let you know like a couple weeks later that we got selected, and so yeah, we were really excited to try it.
Do you know how many people that they selected?
I'm not sure.
Just out of curiosity.
Probably a decent number. Like, I don't think we're that special, but
Did you sprinkle in there that you are podcasters and that helped you?
No, they didn't really let you. And that's the thing is they didn't really like have you give a lot of information.
Yeah,
it
it's
was
just your
just like
name
anyone could sign up for it.
Okay.
So, yeah, we don't really know how many, but
Nate is checking to see, but
yeah,
yeah,
Very
probably.
high percentage of applicants.
Oh, very
So-
high.
So, we're
Oh,
not that
dang it.
special.
nice.
Oh, rats.
We're kind of so yeah. I mean, makes sense. They wanted to test the network, so they wanted a lot of people. But
Did
yeah,
you guys have issues?
no.
No issues.
Actually, like it ran really well. It looked really good, in my opinion. There were like a few things here and there that's like, this doesn't like look as good as it might. Like some fog here and there that looked a little iffy, but overall fidelity wise, for me, it looked great.
Yeah, because we were talking about this when we were playing last night. The art style and direction, I think, is awesome.
Yeah.
There was just like a slight lack of crispness where it's like,
Yeah.
this isn't necessarily as clean as Night Rain or Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Vanilla Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So no issues. I guess then tell me the experience of the game. How did it go?
How do you even explain this game?
It is hectic and kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
But at least right now, I feel like a good way.
In a good way.
Yeah.
So I had written down the mishmash of games that this is, which is it is a battle royale
like Fortnite.
Fortnite with some arc raiders, like social experiment kind of stuff, alliances, plus like a board game with like victory points where you're trying to optimize your victory points that you get.
Now, don't
which
take
are-
that as like there's board game.
No,
There's
but
board
like,
game.
but it's that kind of mechanic
Yes.
where it's called virtue that you're trying to get, and so then with Mario Kart like knockout tour sort of mechanics where
I
you
saw
get,
that in your notes and I was interested.
yeah, it's not Mario Kart.
No.
Again, it's not a kart racer, but knockout tour is like you go through these races, and then if you are in the last like few places, you get knocked out. So there are like
yeah, I
several
see.
phases.
I see.
And so if you don't have enough virtue, then you will not make it to the next phase.
Which reminds me a bit of Battlefield, kind of. If you don't have enough kills
Yes,
for your
yeah,
squad,
yeah.
then you get knocked out.
Yeah.
At the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're in 8-person lobbies, and after each phase they cut out. Well, for the first phase they cut out 4, and then
I think actually I don't think they cut out anyone after the first phase.
okay. So then
I think the second phase they cut out 4.
Third phase they cut out the only the bottom one, and so the final phase is the last 3 people. I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Either that or they cut out 1 in the second phase and then 3 more in the other phase. I don't
Maybe,
know.
yeah.
But
you get the idea.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
Plus like some Night Rain kind of feel. The movement and combat feels very Night Rain, but even faster paced.
Oh my
I
gosh.
see. Okay.
It's very fast paced.
It's like so the battles or the fights with the NPCs or like the E of the PvPvE feel like kind of classic FromSoft Night Rain type fights.
Yeah.
When you get into the battles with the PvP side of things, because let me tell you, you can not only jump, you can not only double jump, you could triple jump. And so some of these fights are like, because you get the last round.
You quadruple jump, I think.
quadruple.
I thought it was only a
jump.
triple jump.
I think you have your first jump, and then I think you get 3
Three
more.
after that, 3 and I think you're actually
It's
right.
either 2 or 3 more,
Yeah.
but yeah.
So when you get to this last phase,
And you can dash in the air.
What the
Yes.
frick?
Yes.
Yeah.
So people are just flying
Oh,
around.
it's so the very last phase is you can do all the way up to the last phase. You cannot interact with another person if you don't want to.
Yeah.
You get to the last phase though, and it is purely the last 3 people are fighting.
It's a
each other.
free-for-all.
It's a
Flying
free-for-all.
to-
Yeah.
yeah.
And so those battles
No longer PVE.
purely PvP.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last phase is just PvP.
And people are zooming.
Yeah.
And you're like, how am I supposed to hit you with my sword right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can swing in the air with your sword. I mean, you'd have to if you're
Yeah.
if you're trying to hit them.
Yeah, I
Is
mean
it a
you're
shooter
not
too, or
like
is it
I was
all
never
melee
really
weapons.
Yeah. No. There's ranged weapons.
Okay.
So like the first guy that you play with, Albert.
Terrible
But he
hair.
has this little like submachine gun sort of thing.
Yeah.
Sniper Layla was another one that I used.
They're an interesting one. They're kind of like undead.
Yeah.
Like they're literally missing a chunk of their skull.
Yeah, and they have
a
like a sniper rifle sort of thing. Not like a sniper rifle where you're aiming down scope. When I was playing it, it's just like, yeah, I mean, you just like lock onto someone and you fire. But
it's locked on.
Yeah, like
for...
you would in a normal, like, think Elden Ring. You hit the right trigger
button
or the right
just...
button,
I
and
see. Okay.
you have the little red red dot.
Now people can still dodge the bullets, but like you can't just like lock onto them.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah,
just from what I've done from Night Rain and Elden Ring, the fact that you're playing another character, and using the same things to dodge and everything just seems insane to me.
Yeah,
it's like if you played Night Rain mixed with Fortnite and then gave everyone cocaine.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of the vibe of the game.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, another like among the like vampire mechanics, you can, so if you stagger someone enough, then you can drink their blood to heal.
And it does extra damage to them.
It'll do extra damage to them. And if you do it to like a what would it be? The E, like, you know, an enemy that's not a non-player enemy.
Oh yeah.
Then
NPE?
An NPE. Then if they're not like a super strong enemy, then they will like follow you, like they become your thrall or whatever, and they'll follow you and fight with you for a little while. Yeah. There's also these I can't remember the term for it. Kin, yeah. So you can find kin around the battlefield that will become your partner and they're like a summon in Elden Ring, basically.
Yeah. And they level up as you defeat people too, which is really cool.
Yeah. And they're critical. I think something that I would make sure to do in the future after playing like a couple rounds last night is one of the first things that you need to do is go find a kin.
Get a kin, because if you wait till later on and get a kin, they're going to be under level.
Yeah.
Like in that final battle, there are people that not only are they really high level, but their kin are also high level.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So is it the same where you die, you're out?
No.
Okay.
Can I talk about this?
Yeah, sorry.
No. And
this is my turn.
I didn't mean it like that. This was just one of the things that I thought was really interesting.
Yeah.
So typically, yes, you're playing one of these games that is kind of battle royale. If you die, you're out.
Right.
No. You die, and not only if you die, you don't lose levels like in Night Rain. You don't lose virtue either, which is really cool.
It's crazy for
it encourages this social experiment. Colin and I were talking a lot last night. Like, they are just trying to put you in situations where you have to interact with other players and make decisions, and it is so interesting because you can basically not hire, but you can ask people to help you with a boss. And if they accept that, you're fighting the boss together. You can't hurt each other. The second the boss is dead, you can start hurting each other.
Yeah.
And so it just is this cool thing where you can get downed, and then you revive somewhere in the vicinity, but you don't lose your level or your virtue. And like Colin was talking about, virtue is actually the main currency in the game. The person with the most currency at the end
the top 3 people get to the final 3, and then you have your duke it out for the top spot.
Yeah.
I think that also makes it very. It encourages you to take the risks of fighting other enemies because you don't actually lose anything. They'll gain something. They'll get virtue from killing you. But you don't lose anything from dying to these people.
I absolutely love that.
So it makes it a lot less risky to get involved in those situations. The other part of the co-op is that you can ask someone to ally with you during the game. So you just go up to someone, you hold Y or whatever, hit down, and they'll be like, "Hey, do you want to join up?"
You say, "Don't shoot."
Yeah,
don't shoot.
And then if they accept, then you guys will also not be able to hurt each other basically for the rest of the game until you get to the end.
The rest of the phase. At the end of each phase, you can choose to leave the alliance.
Right.
But
that's something that they know. You have to say so and so has left the alliance.
Yeah,
and when that happens, and I thought this was interesting, anyone who leaves an alliance actually loses health. because they left the alliance.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You give some of your max health to the other
people
person.
that you're leaving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, there's so much going on in this game. It's really cool.
It is.
So
it was a lot at first.
When you guys played, you guys were on a team. That's what you mean by you guys went in separately, but if you guys found each other on the map, it was another one of those situations where you asked each other.
So the network test didn't allow for that.
Okay.
So
that's later
but
when
you
the
could
game.
do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but in the full game, I presume you'd be able to.
Can you imagine if you can't?
Yeah.
You can't pair up with your friends.
That would suck.
That would be crazy.
Yeah. But
Anyways.
I'm almost certain that you can. I think they've said that you can, and that's just not part of the network test.
Yeah, it might be kind of fun if you couldn't.
Yeah. but I think it would be even if you just join with your friends and then do PvP with your friends, basically. What would be awesome, I feel like, is if you could get a whole lobby of your friends to do it with. And then you can join up with some of your friends against your other friends. That would make it such a fun, crazy game to play with a group of people, you know?
Yeah.
So
when you guys first talked about this game, I really was like, oh, these vampires, it really turned me off. I didn't like the idea.
You don't like vampires?
I don't.
Vampires
I never
are hot, man.
Yeah, they sparkle.
Twilight. But when you guys talk about it, did you feel like it was enjoyable, just like Night Rain, that same kind of because I felt like when we played Night Rain, I was like, I love this.
Yeah.
I immediately was hooked.
Sorry, I've been talking a lot. Go ahead, Nate.
No, you're good. I would say I felt a mixture of Night Rain with a little bit of the anxiety / and I'm going to use a strong word that is not as strong as it sounds, a little bit of the hate that I feel with games like Arc Raiders.
Yeah.
Where it very much is I had a moment last night where I'm fighting a boss, and this person could very well come up and join me in fighting the boss, and instead they kill me. And it's screw you.
Yeah.
Screw you. And so there definitely are going to be moments like that, and that's the Miyazaki has said that they were fascinated by Escape from Tarkov, which is one of the main extraction shooters, and seeing the social experiments that would happen and how people interact in certain moments. And so he designed this game to basically be a petri dish for that bacteria to culture and grow. Yeah.
Well, so another interesting aspect, and I need to get some more details on this, but the time where it is most beneficial to kill other players, to take out other players, is at the end of phase 2 and 3, because I don't remember exactly how getting virtue works just by taking out other players before, but at the end of phase 2 and 3, there's this ritual site, and that is where you will actually get virtue by defeating other player characters.
It's interesting because that moment is kind of like King of the Hill.
Yeah.
At the ritual site, there is this light beam that if you pledge your allegiance to the light beam, you get virtue. But then if someone else kills you or pledges allegiance to the light beam, then that virtue goes to them instead.
So you're trying to keep them from pledging allegiance
that's
at
the,
it.
That's
Yes.
the King of the Hill
So
aspect.
there's this King of the Hill. They took 8 different games and
I freaking
combined
love
it
that.
into
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I had a great time
Yeah,
last night.
yeah.
It was really fun and really interesting, and I think is going to be a blast to play in the future.
I think the only thing last night that I was because I was trying to think is this a kind of game that I'm sitting here, I'm oh dude, I need to play more. No.
Oh, okay.
But I think it's that I don't feel the need to play more by myself right now.
Yeah.
If we were playing it together, oh yeah, I'd be I just want to keep playing and just keep going. And that's not to say that I didn't enjoy it. And am I sitting here thinking oh yeah, it would be fun to hop on and do another game? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I think that that real drive to play more is going to come playing it with friends.
The social aspect.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I think I may have done like 2 or 3 Night Rain runs on my own, but we did countless Night Rain runs.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. And then, so do you guys know more details about what's coming in the future? Like, will there be a single player or story mode?
So
Interesting.
I was wondering this, and I don't think so, because we got to a part of the tutorial of the intro level or whatever where it drops you and then it says, oh, this is as far as the network test goes. I don't know if there's just more tutorial. I don't know if there's I don't think that there's a single player aspect to it.
Okay.
There were these like remembrance things or whatever where
like
you will go through, and I saw that there's also like some online offline play that you could do. So I'm sure you'd be able to do it with just like some like PCs.
NPCs.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't think so. I do know that there's going to be more character customization. They had 7 or 8 of the 10 Bloodsworn, which are the different characters that you can use. And yeah, I'm trying to remember what else we know about it.
We honestly we don't have a release date.
Yeah.
So they're playing it pretty close to chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, this is the first information really. So people went. FromSoft hosted a big thing where they brought a bunch of people out to Japan a couple weeks ago, and the embargo for that was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So that was the first time
We were not invited to go to Japan.
maybe next time.
Would have
Next
been
time,
cool,
next
but
time.
yeah.
That was the first time that really actually anything about the game was known. Up until that point, there was a lot of speculation around, it's PvPvE, but up until that point, no one knew actually anything about the game.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is our first introduction into what even is this? What do you do? What's it like?
Yeah.
But we still don't have a release date or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
That's I think part of what makes this so interesting is that we have so little information. They have released 2 trailers. The second trailer had mostly footage from the first trailer and no gameplay.
No way.
Neither trailer had
trailer had gameplay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And I mentioned this in the last episode we did, but just in case you're watching this right now and are asking why aren't you showing any gameplay, they're not allowing people to stream or take recordings.
Yeah,
of the gameplay,
I don't think there's any footage of gameplay out there really, unless people
legally,
have.
at least.
Yeah.
So we can talk about it. We just can't
share it. Yeah.
Yeah. It was beautiful, the game.
I thought it looked great.
Yeah.
I was actually very pleasantly surprised with how it looked on the Switch too.
Okay.
Yeah. It I know I talked at the beginning about performance, but it ran better than I thought it would. It looked better than I thought it would. It didn't look perfect, but it looked really good.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Just since we can't show gameplay.
Yeah, right. Just
hope
imagine.
to know. Imagine.
Just
the
imagine
beauty.
a Gothic castle.
Yeah.
Gothic castles, kind of dark, foggy sky with red lighting and a red moon. It looks really cool, and the vibe, you say Duskblood, and that is the vibe of the game.
Yeah.
Red and dusky.
Yeah, vampires and all that stuff. Very cool.
Very, very Elden Ring vibes in how it looked, in the music. I mean, it is a FromSoft game, and it is also just so much rolled into one thing.
Yes.
So one thing that I was bringing up was that I am curious how accessible this game will be. And I know a lot of people wondered the same thing with Night Rain. This feels even less accessible to me than Night Rain in a lot of ways.
Because it's only on the Switch 2 or because...
No, because it's
difficult,
more complicated.
I see.
Now, will that could change either way as there's a meta or whatever and people get really good at the game.
Yeah.
It could change in terms of I think that actually the PvP combat didn't feel as punishing as I thought it might. I thought it was a lot easier to get down an enemy's health bar than I thought it might as you leveled up. So yeah, I'm just really curious how forgiving, how accessible this will be to the general population, especially like a Switch 2 population
that probably hasn't played very many Souls-like games.
Yeah, like it's a very different demographic, a very different crowd that often like will play exclusively on the Switch. So yeah, I'm really curious to see how that goes.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah, when you guys are describing this, it sounds like a game I would love. It just sounds really, really fun. So I got to get a Switch too. But
if I could make another comparison, I feel like Arc Raiders is kind of like Night Rain. A little more casual. Now, of course, like Night Rain doesn't have PvP, but like a little more casual. Yeah. And I feel like Duskbloods is like Marathon, where it's like I feel like this could get very sweaty or very like people are just like
less
monsters.
Less punishing than Marathon though.
Yes,
I think
for sure.
I think the really fascinating part that makes it more accessible is the fact that if you die,
I love that.
You just come like there's no like long period of time that you have to wait. You just like find a spot, respawn, and you go back. Like I think that's one really cool aspect that makes this game more inviting to players that maybe wouldn't normally play it.
Yeah,
for sure.
100%.
And I will say, speaking to what you brought up a little bit ago, Colin, last night in one of the rounds that I did, the final battle, I had 32 or 33 virtue, and the person on the top of the leaderboard had 104. Yeah. And I actually downed him. And so it's like you can do it.
Yeah.
Like it's not like these people with crazy virtue are going to be way better than you, but they will probably have some stuff up their sleeve that you don't have. So it will be really interesting to see how the game is balanced. Is it going to develop this meta where people who can play more than other people are just instantly going to be way better? Or is it going to be like, hey, every game's kind of a crapshoot?
Yeah.
Because I'd much prefer it if every game was kind of a crapshoot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I think the other mode to mention is that you can do it so you start with a partner, like with another player, so you're doing it in teams of 2. I'm curious to see if they allow you to expand that to teams of 3 or whatever in the future, but
I hope so.
But yeah, so you can play in teams of 2 from the start. So you don't have to make alliances as you go. There's a mode that like a matchmaking mode where it's like you start with another player as your teammate. Yep, and so I had one round where I was pretty even with my teammate and one round where my teammate absolutely carried me. So it just like adds another slight dimension. You don't have to like work together or like find each other throughout the match. You just kind of like share the virtue, but it is really helpful to have each other as teammates and just like go explore and do stuff together, because then you're less likely to die. And
you get another player on you, and now there's 2 of you, and hopefully you both of you have kin. Yeah, and so now it's kind of 4-on-2 instead of 2-on-2.
Yeah. So. And getting virtue also, like, so you can get virtue by taking out other players. You can get virtue by collecting the most items or the most valuable items.
Yeah, rare
you
items.
Can get virtue by there are these like little skulls that you can like light on fire to get a couple of virtue. There's like these very different ways that you can play the game that doesn't limit you to just like, oh, I have to kill everyone. I have to be the best fighter here to win.
Again, another aspect I love. Yeah, you guys are talking about,
and that's the board game aspect.
Yeah,
right. No, I absolutely love that.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Anyways,
I'm excited to hear more from FromSoft, and hopefully we get more details soon about when this game's coming out. Maybe give me a chance to save my money for the Switch 2.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they say. But do you guys have anything else you guys want to add?
I think we don't want this episode to go too long. And we only played 1 round last night.
Oh.
So, or like we only played a few rounds last night. We only played once last night.
Okay,
so
I see.
I think that's like the most important information.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited to see how this game goes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, there you go. That's Duskbloods. And thank you guys for watching. And we will keep you updated on anything else that we hear. But stay tuned for more episodes next week for the James Bond episode.
Yes.
So,
okay.
We'll catch you guys later.
Bye.
Love you back.
Bye.